Hello everyone, today is 26th of February, Monday. Now it's 15 to 6 in the evening Moscow time. I'm Levan Gudadze and this is new episode of Headlines, short summary of the news that I will talk about in more detail during my second daily news update on my Patreon page. If you are interested, you can subscribe to my Patreon and support my work this way through Patreon. Link is in the description box and in the pinned comment. That's been said, let's go through some headlines, and there is quite interesting headlines, I must say. And the first, by the way, from RIA Novosti and many other media outlets also report about it, that in the zone of special military operation, first US-made Abrams tanks have been destroyed. Today, on my Telegram, I did report about spotted Abrams tanks, that was moving around Berdichi village, which is northern side of Avdiivka city, and just few hours later we received this additional information that Abrams tanks was destroyed, maybe exactly same tank that was spotted in Berdichi area. It is possible. This is video footage of burning Abrams. So yes, it's official. Score is open, and I guess more and more Abrams tanks will be burned down on line of contact by Russian fighters, especially if Kiev regime will deploy rest of the Abrams tanks that it has, and also if Kiev regime will successfully conduct its negotiations with Australian government about 50 plus older generation Abrams tanks that Australia is planning to retire, and Kiev regime is asking to be transferred to Ukraine. But anyway, let's continue. Also, RIA Novosti's report that Russian armed forces, according to Russian Defense Ministry, established control over the village of Lastochkino on the western side of Avdiivka. Of course, I reported about Lastochkino several days ago, because it was already known, even day before yesterday, that Lastochkino under Russian control. But Russian Defense Ministry always takes time. It's quite conservative and always takes time before acknowledge even success on part of Russian military personnel. RIA Novosti's report that according to head of DPR, Denis Pushilin, DPR is DONETS Peoples Republic, of course, Russian armed forces finished clearing operation in Avdiivka, and now city is under complete Russian control. No Ukrainian pockets anywhere. Whoever wanted to surrender in the city and was hiding in basements, well, they already did. And yes, clearing operation is complete. Also, RT reporting with the headline that Russia has spies in high places in the West, according to Zelensky, so-called president of Ukraine. Interesting, of course, all the details, by the way, about every single news that I'm reporting now, every single headline of the news in the second update on Patreon. Next headline is that, well, according to Prime Minister of Slovakia, Fico, several EU and NATO member states are considering to send their own military personnel into Ukraine. And Fico was very much upset by this information. I saw a video when he was talking about this topic, and he was visibly disturbed by news that he received, seems like, from his Western colleagues from NATO and EU. Well, very dangerous development, undoubtedly. Also, by the way, RT's report that Polish farmers are now blocking not just highways and the railway that are connecting Poland and Ukraine, but also highway into Germany. So Polish farmers are not joking around. They are very serious about the demands, and I guess Warsaw will be forced to listen to its citizens. And by the way, also interesting headline that according to Foreign Minister of Ukraine, Dmitry Kuleba, Russia obviously behind protests in Poland. Unbelievable, man, how degenerate these so-called politicians and officials in the Ukraine and in the number of Western states really are. They are blaming now everybody who is trying to be on the right side of history and just to protect even themselves and their businesses to be Russian agents or Russian influencers. It's crazy, man. It's just really out of control madness of the so-called elites in the West and their client states, including Ukraine, so-called states. RIA Novosti's report, by the way, that with the headline that Denmark cancels its investigation of explosions on the North Stream pipelines. Little bit earlier, Sweden did the same. Swedish investigators closed the investigation, and now Denmark does the same, which is quite understandable. They're not gonna blame US, isn't it? They're not gonna say that US is behind this act of international terrorism on pipelines. So therefore, they are forced to shut down investigations. That's all it is. RIA Novosti's report that Putin and Erdogan had a phone conversation. Putin congratulated Erdogan. He's 70-year-old now. It's his birthday. And, well, they discussed during this conversation, of course, bilateral relations between the countries. Also, RT's headline that German manufacturing is hit for German manufacturing hits 4 months low according to S&P Global. So decline of German industry, German economy in general is continuous, quite predictably, really. RT's report with the headline that China is snapping up stranded Russian crude, according to Bloomberg. Well, number of tankers with Russian crude are queuing in the Indian water, as I understand. India's refineries are seems like not capable to really receive all the oil that they purchase, and China is using this opportunity and basically trying to redirect those tankers towards Chinese refineries. Well, competition, by the way, competition. Western ruling elites were hoping that they will destroy Russian economy, Russian sectors in Russian economy, including energy sector, but in reality, it seems like exactly opposite is happening. And well, this is it for a short summary for this new episode of Headlines. I hope you will find it somewhat informative, interesting, and useful. And if so, please click that like button, leave some commentary just about any topic you like. More likes and comments probably will help me to deal with the algorithms on both platforms, by the way, on Rumble and on YouTube. If you can, please watch my videos on Rumble. That will be also helpful. And for very same reason, if you can, please share links to my videos and my channels with your friends on any of the platforms that you are actively using. And if you think this project and this media project of mine, this channel with several programs is interesting, useful, informative, and deserves to exist in this field of news and political commentary, please consider to support my work with small donations through PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or by subscribing to my Patreon page. You can see on the all the links in description box or in the pinned comment. So this is it for now. Have a great day. And dear friends, before I go, let me remind you that today, 9 o'clock evening, Moscow time, I will have a live stream on my Rumble channel, which will feature Telegram reports program. So I hope you will find time to join the conversation. Well, have a great day and take care.